This is the video of the SM-102 mug wrap machine. The video is to demonstrate how to set up and operate the system. The SMW-102 requires factory air. So you need to open up the back door and plug in the air supply. It also requires 110 volts power, so that needs to be plugged in as well. After plugging in the power, make sure that the power switch is on the outlet in the back. Next, I'll talk about the tape dispenser. The tape dispenser will be taken out of the boxes and has to be set up properly. The rolls of tape are placed on the supply. It doesn't matter where you place them, as long as it doesn't matter where you put them. So it could, I suggest put on one side or the other. And we need to plug in the power into the back of the tape dispenser and turn the power on. When you power up the unit, it's going to come up in manual mode. So you'll see there's a cutter, there's a feed, there's a rewind, so forward, feed, and rewind, and manual mode. So right now, we're going to remove any tape that was in the tape dispenser, feed out any extra tape that was there, discard that tape. Then we're going to take the piece of tape and apply it to the top of the roll. So you're going to tape it on the top of the roll, just tape it down, and then press the forward feed button till the tape comes out. When the tape comes out, you're going to press the cutter. It'll cut the tape. Next, we're going to set the tape dispenser into auto mode. So you press this manual auto button once, twice. It'll dispense a piece of tape and cut it to the correct length. The length is set by the up and down arrows to increase or decrease the length. The current length is 40 millimeters. That's a good recommended length, although it could make it longer or shorter depending on how much extra tape you want on the mug. With it in auto mode now, as the tape is used, it'll dispense a new piece of tape. So the SMW-102 will automatically take these strips of tape and use them to wrap the mug. If at any time there's a problem, you can put it back into manual mode. You can feed the tape forward or backwards, and you can cut a new piece of tape. From time to time, there could be tape stuck to the knife. There's two screws here, thumb screws in the front that loosen up. So let me put this back into manual mode, turn it off. Thumb screws in the front, turn the power off. They can be removed. And then the cutter assembly comes off. And there's some light lubrication that's on here. It doesn't need to be lubricated often. And this cutter blade moves up and down, so any extra tape or debris could be cleaned or fixed. So I'm going to put this back in. There's this little knob that lines up with the cutter hole down here. And then you put your thumb screws back on. Just turn it on snug. Now we'll power back up the unit. Put it in auto mode. And we're ready to run. Now the correct way to put the tape into the machine, you'll see a little platform in here with 2 recessed holes. The tape has to rest on that platform. So we're going to turn the tape dispenser around. We're going to place this tape on that platform. And we're going to make sure the tape dispenser is up against these rubber stoppers. So we're going to take the tape dispenser, set it on the platform, and push it forward against the rubber stoppers. Just make sure the tape is centered onto the platform. We're going to do the same thing for the other side now. Now that the tape dispensers are in place, we're going to wrap a mug. The current setup is for 8.5 by 4.75 inch dye sublimation sheets. The operator will place the sheet onto the table between the guides. The operator will slide the sheet onto the table until it drops down into the cavity of the mug wrap machine. The operator will take the mug, slide it in to the mandrel. Next, the operator will press the buttons. It'll then apply the tape and wrap the dye sublimation sheet around the mug. You want to hold these 2 buttons down and press them down at the same time simultaneously until the mug is wrapped. Don't release your fingers from these buttons until the mug is finished. So we're going to push down on the buttons, hold down on this, and then release. That's how it wraps the mug.